Students, today our topic is The Duck and the Kangaroo, the poem written by Edward Lear. Introduction. This is humorous poem. This poem does not make any sense but give a great of reading the language in poetry. This is a dialogue between a good duck and a friendly kangaroo. The duck requests the kangaroo to give him a ride on his back. The kangaroo is willing that he requires some reflections. The duck tells him everything frankly and then they enjoy a ride around the world 3 times. Before discuss the poem, we read vocabulary. Good gracious. Let us know the vocabulary. Good, gracious, used to express surprise. Hop, jump. Bore, not interesting. Nasty, dirty. Pond, small water body. Beyond, further away. Ride, to travel on something. Quite, completely. Quack, sound produced by a duck. Over, above. Require, to need. Reflection, thinking. Objection, problem. Bold, brave. Unpleasantly, not enjoyable. Rheumatism, pain in joints. Rock, the hard solid material. Worsted, woolen bitten. Web feet, web feet. Feet like web are having a piece of skin between the toes. Neatly, properly. Cloak, piece of clothing. Cigar, a roll of dry tobacco leaves. Moonlight, light that comes from the moon. Pale, dim. Balance, equilibrium. Steady, firm. Whole, complete. Okay, let us discuss the poem stanza wise. First stanza. I said the duck to the kangaroo, good gracious, how you hop over the fields and the water too, as if you never would stop. My life is a bore in this nasty pond, and I long to go out in the world beyond. I wish I could hop like you, said the duck to the kangaroo. Nasty, unpleasant, bad. Here the duck is surprising. How struck means surprising to see the movements of the kangaroo. It expressed that the kangaroo could hop continuously over the fields and water bodies. The duck life was boring as it remained in the pond all the time. It wished to see the world beyond the limits of the pond. It wishes that it could also hop like the kangaroo. Now you can answer the questions. Name of the poem and the poet. Here the name of the poem is The Duck and the Kangaroo, and the name of the poet is Edward Lear. What did the duck praise the kangaroo for? He praised the kangaroo for his fine hopping. Where could the kangaroo hop? The kangaroo can hop over the fields and the water. Where did the duck live? The duck lived in a nasty pond. What did the duck long for? The duck longed to go out in the world beyond. Here in the second stanza, this is second stanza. Please give me a ride on your back, said the duck to the kangaroo. I would sit quite still and say nothing but quack the whole of long day through, and we would go to the D and the jelly bowly, over the land and over the sea. Please take me a ride, oh do, said the duck to the kangaroo. Here the meaning of quack is sound made by the duck. Jelly bowly is the place. Name of a place. The duck requests the kangaroo to give it a ride on his back. It promised that it would still sit quietly and would just quack all day. The duck lists the places that they would visit as D and Jelly Boli. It adds that they would hop over the land and the sea. Okay, here now questions on this stanza. What request did the duck make to the kangaroo? The duck requested the kangaroo to give him a ride. What did the duck promise to do? The duck promised to sit still on his back. What did the duck promise not to do? The duck promised not to speak anything all day long except quack. What places did he want to go to? He wanted to go to the place, to the D river and Jelly Boli. How could he go over the land and the sea? He could go over the land and the sea on the kangaroo's back. Next, stanza 3. Said the kangaroo to the duck, this requires some little reflection. Perhaps on the whole it might bring me luck. And there seems but one objection, which is, if you will let me speak so bold, your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold, and would probably give me the rheumatiz, said the kangaroo. Here the meaning of reflection, thought, pondering. Rheumatiz refers to disease of rheumatism. Might bring me luck. The meaning of here requires some little reflection. It might perhaps on the whole it might bring me luck. Meaning is, if the kangaroo gives the duck a ride on his back, he will be lucky for his friend. Here the kangaroo replied that it had to think over it. The idea could be good for him, but he had an objection. That the duck's wet and cold feet could give it body pains. Okay, here the questions from the stanza 3rd. What needs some little reflection? Here, offering a ride to the duck on the kangaroo's back needs some reflection. Reflection is some changes. Okay, reflection means some changes. Offering a ride on the duck on the kangaroo's back needs reflection. What did the kangaroo think could bring him luck? Giving a chance of the ride to the duck could bring the kangaroo back. The next question, what was the objection in this process? The duck's feet were too wet and cold. Okay, what is next question? Here, what was the fear of the kangaroo? What was the fear of the kangaroo here? He feared that the duck's wet and cold feet would probably give him the rheumatism disease. Find any two pairs of rhythmic words in this stanza. Find any two pairs of rhythmic words in this stanza. The first one is duck rhymes with black. Reflection rhymes with an objection. These two are the sentences. Rhythmic words here. Okay, said the duck, as I sat on the rocks, I have thought. This is stanza 4. Said the duck, as I sat on the rocks, I have thought over that completely, and I bought 4 pairs of worsted socks which fit my wet feet neatly, and to keep out the cold I have bought a cloak, and every day a cigar I'll smoke, all to follow my own dear true love of a kangaroo. Cloak means a strug. Strug means nothing but here the coat, the sweater wearing because of here cold, chillness. Okay, here the duck said that thus the duck said that as it sat on the rocks during the day, it had thought over it. In order to avoid that, the duck had bought 4 pairs of worsted socks which fitted its web shaped feet well. In order to stay warm, it would wear a strap, that is sweater, and also smoke a cigar every day. The duck would do all this to protect the kangaroo as it was a beloved. Who is the duck speaking to here? The duck is speaking to the kangaroo. Hurt as he thought over completely. He has thought it over completely that his web feet should not get wet and cold. What has he bought for his web feet? He bought for his web feet 4 pairs of worsted socks. What has he bought to keep out of the cold? He has bought a cloak to keep out of cold. For whose did he do all this? He did so for the sake of his dear friend the kangaroo. Now the stanza 4. Said the kangaroo, I am ready, all in the moonlight pale. But to the balance me well, dear duck, sit steady and quiet at the end of my tail. So away they went with a hop and a bound, and they hopped the whole world 3 times round. And who so happy? Oh, who? As the duck and the kangaroo. Here the kangaroo was satisfied with the duck's response and got ready for the ride. At night, when the sky was filled with the pale light of the moon, they started their trip with a hop. The kangaroo asked the duck to hold it firmly, and they travelled around the world 3 times. Both of them enjoyed each other's company. Here, who? What was the kangaroo? What was the kangaroo ready for? The kangaroo ready for? Tell me, the kangaroo was ready for giving a ride to the duck on his back. The kangaroo was ready for giving a ride to the duck on his back. Where did he ask the duck to sit? He asked the duck to sit at the end of his tail. At the end of his tail. How did they start their program? They started their program with a hop and a bound. How many times did they go round the world? They were feeling they went around the world 3 times. How many times did they go around the world? Students, they went around the world 3 times. How were they feeling? They were feeling extremely happy. Okay, this is the poem, The Duck and the Kangaroo. I